Smiles, everyone. Smiles. And prepare yourself for...
Show me the money!
Ladies and gentlemen, the radio broadcast experience designed to keep your wallet in top condition. It's Talkin Money with Jeff Tarbell.
Talkin Money. Talkin Money.
More money, more money, more money.
And now entering the studio, your guru for fiscal fitness, Jeff Tarbell.
Right. How you doing? Everybody's microphones are on there. You there, Johnny? No, hold on a second. Let's try that. No. Hey, Chris, we're not picking up my... Yeah, I got microphone 4 on. Off, on. Okay. You got the switch on there? Yeah, we got the... You got power on there.
We're good.
Oh, there you go.
There we go.
Kent, you there?
I'm there.
All right.
Got to figure this system out.
You boys don't get your act together, you're going to be cleaning toilets again. You know how it works. Maybe you didn't have enough cookies this morning. That's your problem.
Not yet.
You aren't.
Just getting started.
Hey, Chris, did you try one of the chocolate chip cookies yet? No? You've been gone so long now. You forget how to work the buttons in there too?
Yeah.
You did? Okay. I'm the guy that comes in for an hour a week and I'm telling him what to do. How are you doing? My name is Jeff Tarbell and this is Talkin Money. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. You can text us this morning at 441140. I'm looking here at the text line. This must be from yesterday. I'm guessing one of them Maloofs were on. Wow. Anywho, I won't read these texts, but spirited
These are leftovers?
Spirited conversation. Spirited conversation, I would say. Our phone screener there.
Very passionate
conversation. So, in with me again, John Fodorero. Back in, Kent Smith. Kent, we were here last Saturday, prompt at 9 to 11. I'm not sure where you were, but
sorry.
If you're going to play with the kids, you need to be on time.
I understand. I understand.
And you had to do the panic drive down from Auburn this morning.
Panic drive down from Auburn this morning, yes.
No traffic. You're fine.
Beautiful drive.
180 miles an hour is not illegal if you're not caught.
That's right.
So as we start every show, it's been on a hiatus for a couple weeks, but he's back. The man, the myth, the legend. The 30 seconds from the mind of Christopher Laud, which you've been out now for, I think, at least 2 to 3 weeks. So maybe we'll just go ahead and do a full 10 minutes with you. While we're going to go grab a beer. We'll be back.
Maybe just get the segment going?
Just get the segment going. We'll be fine. So what are you up to there, Mr. V?
I really don't know what to say here, just because everyone's been through all of this. I hate to say that I don't really think I saw this coming, but I thought something might happen. We just feel like we've been dragged around for the last 5 years, and then NBA says we have a deal, City says we have a deal, AEG says we have a deal, Maloof say we have a deal, and then
no deal.
So, I mean, I really don't know what to say. Should we not go to games? Should we go to games? It's kind of like cut off your nose to spite your face. If we don't go to games, then we're not supportive anymore. If we do go to games, then we're saying, hey, all of this was cool, don't worry about it. So I think we're kind of in a pickle right now. This is something that the NBA's never really seen before. Whenever a team's moved, it's because the city hasn't cooperated. We've done that here. Fans stop showing up. We keep showing up. So, I mean, if we just put pressure on the NBA saying that we want a team, we're working hard to keep our team, I think we just need to do that.
Okay. So tough position. So I think we just wait. I think we do nothing until after Cinco de Mayo. For some reason, just a group hangover with a little tequila will resolve a lot of problems. That was my solution.
And a number one pick might help everything.
A number one pick might help. We got
help.
7%. And Chris, I could ask you one more question. So there's a camera pointing at me here. First of all, I'm ugly in person. I'm even uglier on camera. So is this thing supposed to be on, or am I on TV also?
It's fine. You're not on TV as long as Channel 31 doesn't want to see you on TV.
Okay. Well,
or Channel 13.
Looks like a laser beam, actually.
It is. That's actually pointing to my forehead, and that is a red dot. That is a sniper patrol. I am not carrying any weapons at this point in time. Okay. So we are off and running. And I have, as you can see in front of me, if you were on, actually you can see on the TV, you can't tell. It actually looks like I'm reading this from memory here. I have a boatload of materials. And we are giving away, by the way, an iPad 2. In fact, I think we'll do that before the maybe after the next break. We're giving away an iPad 2.
Like a real one?
The real one.
Wow.
Yeah. I think it's got a camera and all. Nice. So we're doing that. So we had people, I don't know over what window of time. But if they registered at the with a Comstock mortgage agent at an open house, so a variety of open houses around the area.
I got a boatload of applicants here too.
You do. Okay. We'll split them, we'll divide them, and then we'll fan them out, and then I'll let you pick one, or I'll pick one, and we'll pick a winner for an iPad 2 during the show. And where's our? Hand me that thing right there. That gives you. Yeah, we
This
have.
thing here?
Yeah, that one there.
Cinco de Mayo coming up.
Cinco de Mayo. So we have a new sponsor, Mr. Brian Cook, who is I've known for quite a while. Is his company Mix It Up, which is the beverage machine rental. So have you seen like the big rolling margarita machine, like the Slurpee machine types? He'll bring one out to your house. So we're giving away each Saturday. We're going to give away a gift certificate for a free one-day beverage machine rental for Mix It Up. And we're going to start that this weekend because there might be some creative weekends coming up. You might want to use that. So we'll do that today, too, on one of our quiz questions, and that'll be your choice.
Making me thirsty over here.
He's like, we got to wash down your cookie with something, right? and so in today's Wall Street Journal, I'm going through the paper this morning, and there's always the news sections. In the last section, there's this huge margarita glass, and on the inside cover of that section is about 9 different recipes of like the most famous margarita makers around the country and how you do their margaritas. And one of them is the way I do mine, but it's great creativity.
So you
in there.
tried the other 8?
Well, I saved the articles. The next Saturday will be experimentation day.
Nice.
So we'll give that a go. I did get a chance
Might need
to
to bring some Advil.
You might want to bring an IV. Would be a better idea. I want to say thank you to the folks at the at SPCA. They hosted the Placer SPCA hosted a great event last night out at Sun City Roseville, their annual Funny Bones fundraiser. And each year we donate a chance to be a co-host on this show. And the same gentleman, Bob, who won last year, went in. And this year was a little different. So, you have the silent auction items. They stack them all on. You can outbid each other. But this year they did it differently, which I think was cool, that you could drop right to the bottom and do it like a buy it as is, almost like they do on the
Nice.
On eBay?
On eBay, yeah, the buy it now price. And so I think it went for $600 or $650 to come in for 2 hours and be a co-host. So you all can write me a check
No.
by the end of the show today.
I'll give you 3 cookies.
I'll give you can have this cookie back. So I believe that Bob won that again. So we'll see how that
Awesome.
shakes out. And then my buddy and I, Colin, we teamed up and we were the winning bid for the VIP night, the opening of the Sammy Hagar's new restaurant in Roseville.
Nice.
So we're going to have some VIP. There'll be a concert there with Sammy. And I don't know how else you get into that event unless it's a kind of a VIP thing. So that was pretty cool.
It'd be
I'm
awesome.
Looking forward to going. I'm going to see. I sent out an email this morning to them and said, hey, would you guys be willing to have us do our show live? Wink, wink. From your restaurant that opening weekend, so that we might be doing a little Talkin Money live from.
There you go. Now you're thinking.
Yeah, thinking outside the box.
After a long night like that, you're still thinking, huh?
I know.
Wow.
Actually, I never even got to sleep last night, so I'm still going off of last night's things. We've got all kinds of fun stuff here. Speaking of which, I'll jump into this because it was working off of Mr. Verlaud's comment there. So the theory was we would build a new facility in downtown Sacramento on the rail yards, and we tried to get the Kings and the NBA to put up some money, and we'd get AEG to put up some money, and we'd end up with a new facility based off of having a tenant, in this case the Kings. And so I've been following along. I don't know if you're an America's Cup fan or a sailing fan, and I wouldn't consider myself an America's a sailing fan, but I think the America's Cup is cool, and it's super cool because it's going to be here, next year in 2013. And there's a good article. And so if you're looking where the course is going to be, and they have a little map here, it's going to be basically, it doesn't come quite as far over as the Bay Bridge, but basically going to go from the Golden Gate to the Bay Bridge, right along all the piers, there. And so part of the deal was that, so if you win the America's Cup, so I just went blank on the guy from Oracle, Larry
Ellison,
thank you. So his team won the previous cup, and then if you win, you get to choose where you're going to host it the next year. So he chose San Francisco. And part of the negotiations were San Francisco would go along with this if the America's Cup team, and I'm talking about now the entity, would come in and spend about $50 million in upgrades so people could see the event. Because it doesn't do any good to be sailing out in the middle of the ocean and nobody can see you. So they want to get a live event. So they're going to come right along, the biggest stretch is right along all the piers. Well, a lot of those piers are really thrashed. Mm-hmm. So they wanted to. So the negotiation is that this sporting event would spend about $50 million upgrading the piers, putting in stadiums and or seating and all kinds of things to do that. And those negotiations fell apart this week. So much like other negotiations for a sporting event, those things came apart because the bidding for the actual work actually came out closer to about $90 million. And they said, we don't know if we want to spend $90 million to fix up your city for effectively a long weekend, although it was a little longer than that, too. So it's interesting now to see what's going to happen. The event is still on. They're going to come up with some more temporary type of spectator viewing, but the city of San Francisco was holding their hand out, asking for a $50 million gift, and they were going to get it, but they're not going to get a $90 million gift. So now the group just said, screw it, we're not doing it at all. So it's interesting how these cities hold their hands out. They're looking for, money, and here's another event that said, we don't have that kind of money. That's a lot.
That's a lot of money.
They are expecting. See, they gave me almost a $1 billion economic activity boom to the Bay Area from a sailing event. So
and they're not willing to spend an extra $40 million for $1 billion in activity.
Well, they're going to get the $1 billion anyway.
Oh,
I mean,
right. Whether they have the people or not, sitting somewhere.
Well, keep in mind now the America's Cup, the Cup promoters, they're not going to get $1 billion.
Right.
The city and all the little stores they're going to get $1 billion. So if you want to cast a little blame out and say who's not going to spend the extra $40 million, it's the city of San Francisco is the one you should look at and say you guys pony up some money. But that's $1 billion on the come, and that's doesn't necessarily mean that there's going to be someone's going to be scratching them a check for $1 billion. Right. But it's one event, September 2013.
I'm there.
America's Cup. I really want to see if I can charter, just rent a fairly good-sized boat and take some people out in the water and just see it from the water side of it. I think that would be awesome.
Oh yeah,
to be out there, as long as you drift into the course a little bit, run Larry,
anchor,
run Ellison's little boat. Oh damn, I don't know. I dinged your boat, dude. That's probably
that'll be $40 million, sir.
Yeah, you just bought a pier, buddy. So keep your eyes out for that. That'll be picking up more and more information, but. They already have the real estate agents in San Francisco are already scouting out top office buildings, hotels, motels, places to rent, a year and a half in advance for their high-end customers who want to have a place where they can sit and watch the event. And they don't want to sit out there on the pier, everybody else too. So the real estate for the rental of different things there is already taken off. So a year and a half in advance. So it's pretty cool. Looking forward to that. That'll be fun.
They still have a problem with the sea lions out there at Pier 39?
I don't know. Maybe that was part. Maybe it was a $40 million
part of the part. Yeah,
$40 million
transportation
removal process, or sea lion jerky. I'm not sure which is the two there. So, hey, we're going to let's take a quick early break so I can get myself organized here. You got a quiz question there for us?
I do. I have a quiz question. So we're talking about information here this morning and every day.
Yep.
In a 24-hour exposure. So in one day's period. Someone that lived a lifetime of 60 years ago, what is it that they we receive now in 24 hours that they would have received in 60 years' time?
So
debt.
Yeah, we got that. So what did you say? Debt? Debt.
Wow.
So we are exposed today. In a 24-hour window of time, we're exposed today to the same equivalent that a gentleman or a person 60 years ago would have been exposed to over their entire lifetime. So what they would have been exposed to in their life, we get in a 24-hour window. So what is that we are exposed to the same equivalent as a gentleman or a person 60 years ago? 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. You can text us at 441140. Your choice. I've got some River Cats. Got a pair of tickets to River Cats baseball. Going to be nice now that the weather's getting good. You want a margarita machine delivered to your house? I could do that.
I'll take two.
You want to go to IMAX? I could do that. You want to go to Hellwig Winery and hang out up there? We could do that. You want to come over to my house, cut my grass? We could do that. Or you're probably not going to get one of these cookies out of us because we are three fat guys in a room. We'll be right back.